Hello, welcome to this week's coffee chat. We've actually got some coffee left in our mugs this week.
Mate, you're not supposed to let people behind what's called
the
fourth wall.
You
can't tell them
I think it was quite obvious last week.
When I looked into mine, there was nothing there.
Yeah, you did that at the start. Okay.
Mine's fake, but you
the
two
magic
have got
has
coffee.
gone from coffee chat.
No, you two have got coffee.
I've got a lukewarm coffee, yeah.
Yeah, mine's starting to get a bit cold.
Can't wait for the cafe to open to have some real.
Oh, that will be amazing. When is it that the cafe opens?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Well, let's say a week on Monday because it's less than 2 weeks now.
Riverside serves really good coffee, so
such good
instant
coffee.
coffee is.
Oh no, I like instant coffee, but I'm also very excited.
Yeah.
More than just the coffee, we're excited because people are coming.
That too. That'll be amazing. That would be amazing to be distracted, to be able to go and walk down and chat to people.
Yeah.
And
Well, actually, last week my door was open and it was like the old days, people backs and forwards past the door. I love that.
Why?
Just quite a few folks were in, so it's just like that kind of people backs and forwards, popping in saying hi. I thought it's coming back. It's coming back.
It's coming home.
Yeah.
Coming home, yeah.
How's your weekend been?
Good, long weekend.
Bank holiday weekend.
Bit wet yesterday, wasn't it? Bit miserable.
No, it wasn't really wet. Don't say
Oh,
that.
It was
windy.
Yesterday evening was.
Yeah.
We had like a sandstorm. Did you have a sandstorm?
I know, but in the Midlands, just to say, they had torrential rain all day. One of our kids, who's not a kid, he's grown up, loves animals. They went to the safari park and they kept sending pictures of them just pouring with rain.
The animals were wearing like raincoats. It was like really bad.
But it didn't rain for us till late on, did it? So we got
True.
away
It was
with a dry
just
day.
a middling day, wasn't
Cold
it?
and it's not nice, but let's not moan.
No, because
rain.
Yeah, exactly.
But enjoyed the long weekend?
Yeah.
Love the long weekend. I went for a nice bike ride on Saturday. Went to the university and back with my friend Mark.
Nice.
Up the hill. So that was nice.
Nice.
What else did we do?
Didn't Gavin go?
No, Gavin had a prior engagement. Do you realise?
We actually played football against the university.
Did you?
Last Wednesday.
Did you win?
Who is this your
Faversham
team?
Faversham, we played Kent Uni football team. And we beat them 6-0. So what am I saying? I didn't actually score. No, I didn't actually score. I think I got 3 or 4 of the assists, but I didn't score. So
you set them all up there, didn't you?
Selfless.
But I was I was thinking we're playing against a uni today. We're going to get absolutely... And they ran like 20 times the amount we ran. I was absolutely...
They just didn't have your skill, did
they just couldn't handle us, guys. They just couldn't handle us. What can I say? I'm now
experience over
vigor. Yeah, although I mean, I can't really call myself the experienced players on the team. But there are people on our team that are experienced. So we had,
You played.
We're buzzing to beat them on that day.
So when's the last time you scored them? Is that the sort of point?
Ask.
Okay.
Don't ask. This is not good. No, I haven't scored since we've come back from lockdown, and I've played 3 or 4 games.
But is that your position?
I play in midfield, so...
Yeah, well, you can't be blamed for not scoring. This
is Keely who knows so much about football.
I know that it's not his only job.
No, it's not my only job. You're right.
Jay.
You're right. Thanks, Keely.
Yeah.
And you get some kind of goal anxiety now to build it up?
I feel like I'm going to... If I don't score on this Wednesday, then I'm going to start
thinking... Just hog the ball, don't pass to anyone, just go for the glory. You have to. Yeah,
and that's what life's all about, really, isn't it? It's just bring me as much glory.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So that'll be fun.
Good, because you don't like it when you lose, do you? And you did lose a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
We've lost quite a lot recently, so to win 6-0 was a nice almost
are you looking for the weak teams in the area to go?
I'm now going. Is there any other university teams we can play?
Primary school teams.
Yeah, that's true. We actually are playing against Wingham, which is apparently in
there's a wildlife
somewhere in this area.
There is a
Wingham wildlife.
So I'm playing Wingham on Wednesday. Yeah. But people really probably don't care about my football.
Mate, they care about every aspect of our lives.
Every aspect.
That's why they dial into coffee chat.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
We do love our coffee chat audience. We don't understand it. Why you love it?
We don't understand ourselves.
I think last week was a particularly mad one. Sometimes we just have those mad ones.
It was full of scientific facts.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but that was kind of what made it a little bit. I don't know. No one's really had much reply. No one's challenged the scientific.
I went away and fact checked.
We know ham sandwich was.
Ham is next to sandwich. So even though these guys made me feel like I was a bit foolish when I said that.
Someone sent us a signpost, didn't they, with the ham sandwich next to each other?
Yeah. In fact, I've received that from 2 different people.
Oh, exactly. And the ozone layer is
repairing itself.
But apparently we had a notification that a guy in our church, Ray, I'm going to get this totally wrong, he's in his 90s, he was out in the Antarctic when they discovered that there was a hole in the ozone layer.
He's got some amazing photos, isn't he, from his weather observations.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, he just took some photos of it?
He was living out in the Arctic.
He was up there doing... Oh, it's like pearls between swans.
I did do that on purpose a little bit.
Audience,
what did he do? Take a picture of?
You can't take a picture of the ozone layer itself. I think they discovered. He's probably doing measurements, wasn't he? Scientific measurements. Yeah, he's got some really cool photos.
He has. But yeah, we were reminded of that he was out there discovering it.
No, okay. Let's move on because it's the same way it went last week, isn't it?
I enjoyed the chat last week. I feel like I'm learning. Do we feel like we're learning? I feel like I'm learning.
The learning community.
I still haven't posted anything from the chat that we did with Global Generation. Probably we'll post that this week or next.
Yeah, get that there.
To get that up and
check out the songs on our channel, can't you?
Yes. Yeah, so we had What Saviour this week that was the collab and what was the name of the song we did the week before? I don't actually know. We had another song.
The week's blur.
The week before. So
check out the YouTube channel, no idea.
Anyway, back to this week.
Yes, Jay.
You spoke this week, so I get to ask you all the hard questions.
Yeah, I'm not sure what hard questions you're going to be able to ask me.
Do you want to summarise the essence of what you're talking about?
Yeah, I do. Well, I was talking about emerging in community, and really, I wanted to give a really simple framework. Once we built on the understanding and agreement that community is really important, it's biblical, and it is really effective way of doing mission and
so I'm going to stop you there. Community is a word that's used so much now. You have community fire stations, you have community halls, you have communities. What does the word community mean to you?
What does community mean to me? I think community is being in a small group of close-knit, I mean, I talked about the term oikos, which is like extended family or, like a close-knit community. But I think it's being with people that you can be totally yourself, totally real, and not really, like choosing to invest in those around you, caring about them and supporting them. And it's almost like a bubble of people that choose to support each other and be with and for each other. Not a COVID bubble.
No.
But yeah, for me, it has to be a group that intentionally spends a lot of time together.
Okay, cool.
And you were saying that we've gone out of the habit of that, and there might be some anxiety around how do we emerge to do that again, because we haven't done it in the normal way for so long. We've been allowed to.
Well, I said that we've been out of the social gym, and we've been out of the social gym for a year, and we may not be able to lift as much. We may not be as comfortable socially. We may not be able to have as many social evenings a week than we did before COVID. But I was saying it's still important that we get back into that gym, that we get back to flex the muscles, and we may not be able to lift as much, but as we do so, we will build those muscles up.
I thought that was very good.
Very good. And you also revealed a secret weapon, didn't you, for community building?
Yeah, so when I was looking at how Jesus did community, especially if you read the Gospel of Luke, it is so clear that for Jesus, community was done around the dinner table. And I was saying, if you take away the meal times in the book of Luke, you're genuinely left with not that much, because Luke makes a point that almost all of the teachings that Jesus does with his disciples is around food. So I was looking at why it is that the meal times is a place that community can happen so well. And I was saying there were 3 reasons. The first reason, now am I going to remember my own talk? The first reason is that when we get around a dinner table, everyone participates. Everyone is eating together, we're sharing together, and part of sharing is serving. And that is vital in community. Community thrives when we serve each other, when we share with each other.
I know what the other one was.
And there's two more, so you don't know what both of them were. Go on then, what was the second one?
I'll just do one because Simon can do the other. It was slowing down. It forces you to slow the pace down because you're eating and talking, and it's just it just slows the pace down to be able to get to know one another and share stuff.
Yeah, and when we're slowed, then things can be, you can give real answers and ask real questions rather than being task driven. Like I said, that a meal time helps us to be people orientated rather than task orientated. Yeah. And to build a real community where you can be real, where you can serve people and you can live in this space that builds each other up, it needs to be focused on the people and not the tasks. Do you remember the third reason? This is probably the one I spent the least time talking about.
So I thought that was the third one. So
no, that was the second one.
Are you sure it wasn't the third?
No, that was the second one.
Oh.
Because you said sharing and serving.
Yeah, that was all under the first one.
Oh.
Was it basically a great place for mission to happen?
I did talk about that, but that wasn't the third point.
The point.
Okay.
But I did talk about that within.
Okay, give us a clue.
Yeah.
Foreshadows.
Oh yes, the great banquet, the great feast.
Yes, that was the third one. Yeah. See, we just need. It was 2 days ago. I mean, lots happened.
Yeah. So the third thing is that as we eat together, we're looking forward to a time where we will have a great feast together in eternity. So yeah, I wanted to challenge everyone to spend time eating with people.
Yeah.
Really simple. Eat with people, get to know them, invest in them. And I was saying that starts with an invitation.
Yeah.
It starts with an invitation, and then all we need to do is be real, invest and listen.
And I mean, harking back to the cafe coming open, actually a lot of our folks who live maybe more solitary lives and different things actually use the time on a Sunday often to come together and have meals together in the cafe after the service. So it's a really good place for that sort of oikos to happen.
And for some people, they might not have you did say this, they might not have the facility to have people around to the house, but you can go to have a coffee and a piece of cake, you know. It's being intentional to stop, and sometimes even just a very small meal like a coffee and a piece of cake is a good starting point, isn't it? Yeah. To just say, let's meet up and start to, like you say, flex those muscles and get real and go deep.
Yeah.
Because I think people need that. Yeah. And today I was hearing on the radio, there's been I think the Times newspaper have done this whole article about I think they're calling it COVID anxiety, but it's to do with coming out of lockdown, and they've actually recognised it and they're calling it that. Oh, really? I don't know if it's COVID anxiety or lockdown anxiety, but there's a lot of people who are saying they just don't know how they're going to emerge, and I'm like, you need to be listening to our series so that you know how to emerge, because I think there are a lot of people who are quite anxious about having a whole year of almost like protection. They were using the word protection. They're not protected. Obviously, people have gone through awful times as well, but for some people, they've felt really protected and safe, and now they've got to venture out, and they're not sure how they're going to do that, and that's creating anxiety. So I think if all you can do in your flexing your muscles is have a coffee with somebody for an hour, book that in and do it, and then, like you say, build your muscles up, you know, till you're back doing what you were doing before.
And even getting to that place takes sometimes vulnerability and bravery, doesn't it? Because to take that first step to ask someone for a coffee or something can be sometimes a really difficult thing because the fear of rejection.
And you shared a very funny story. We won't recap it here.
No,
you have to watch the talk. A very funny story, a childhood story where Jake put himself out there.
Can I just say, you'll need to watch the talk, but why didn't you just say, I'll buy you a
donut? Don't spoil the ending.
They'll have to listen to understand it, but why didn't you just say, were you not old enough to think?
I was 11.
He wasn't.
Give me a chance.
I was sitting there going, just buy me a donut.
Anyway, spoilers. So
I think it was more that he didn't want to hang out.
Okay. Spoilers. You have to watch.
Yeah. Good.
Great. Yeah. Cool. So what have we got going this week? Anything interesting?
I've got lots to do. I'm preparing Sunday's talk, which is going to be on emerging into the new. So what's God got for us? Think about the opportunity.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. So
that is an exciting one.
Yeah. So that'll be this Sunday. Other bits and pieces. I think the place is just gradually getting busier and busier.
Yeah.
Jack is going to be
getting
coming
our
this
cafe
week,
back online.
Get the cafe ready.
Oh, that is exciting.
Baking cakes.
Far about steam-driven coffee machine.
Yeah. So it feels like we're on the cusp of things.
Yeah.
returning to normal.
And I've got youth tonight, and we're playing Among Us. So for those that know what Among Us is, we're doing that in person, and I am absolutely buzzing. But yeah.
What is Among Us?
It's basically a game. Anyway, it's like Mafia. Anyway, cool. Should we call it there? Because
let's call it.
Great. Well, it's great to have you with us today for our coffee chat. Hopefully we weren't quite as mad as we were last week.
I think that's never going to happen.
Yeah. No, we'll beat it one day.
Yeah, okay.
We'll beat it one day. Cool. All right. See you later. See you on Sunday and Wednesday.
Bye-bye.